Okay, trying to see if that started. So once it starts, okay, it has. So hoping that nobody calls me and I don't get an unexpected, phone call at this point. Because okay, so I'm dropping the link in the chat so you can monitor it from your end as well, please. Okay, guys. So that's it. I have shared the link. So now we obviously I want to believe everybody knows how to. We all know how to. I want to believe we all know how to access the various properties inside of an object by now. There are two ways to access them. Can anybody tell us, what those two ways are, or two methods?
Just element by ID. Then
I'm asking for two ways to access an object property. I believe you're answering for ways to access an element in HTML. I'm actually asking for how to access.
Oh, the dot notation and bracket notation.
Yeah, exactly, the dot notation and the bracket.
The index.
Yeah. So the dot notation and the bracket notation. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And then for arrays, we use the index right here. Thank you. So now we understand what this means. So now we know that our HTML document, once we are able to introduce it to JavaScript, we can now access it just like this object. It becomes an object. Just that object doesn't just have two properties. It has more than about over 200 property key value pairs that you can access. So the document object would look like this. So let's document, and document will be a reserved word, will be equal to, is going to have about more than 200 key value pairs. Do you understand? Not pairs, pairs. You get the point. So you'd have more than 200. Does that make sense? So you can see here it says document has already been declared, because originally or already your HTML document is already defined as it already reserves the document namespace. You get, so you can't declare your own variable as document, and you can see that's why we are getting this error here. Can you see that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's how we can see them.
Okay, so now we have the document object, and this is the document object, but this is not the actual document object. So just know that it will take the form of an object, but it is still an HTML document. You understand? So everything you have inside of this document will be properties somehow inside of this object, and there will also be extra methods to help you be able to manipulate these HTML elements you have. Do you understand? So that everything that you do, you can imagine. My network is already going. I don't even think we are 2 minutes into the stream yet. Now, wow.
Sorry, can anybody use the network?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and I hope the streaming is still on. God save us. Okay, so I think it's still on. So you can see that now. So this will be represented in JavaScript in the form of an object. You get that? So it represents it as the document. So now we can say console.log. Remember, we have a global object inside of your browser. And what is the name of that global object? I said that before. The most parent object in your browser that houses everything else. What is it called? Can anybody remember? Okay, it is called the window.
So repeat the question.
Okay, I think I already answered it. So I said the most parent object inside of your browser is the window object.
The most
parent, like the topmost, the one at the highest level, the object at the highest level that houses everything else. You get the point? Because in JavaScript, everything is always a part of some bigger property, some bigger object. Do you understand what I mean? Like every single thing is a property of one other object. You get the point? But there's more like an ancestral or a grand object that houses every other object, and that is the window object. So everything you access in the browser is somehow mapped back to the window object. So when we inspect the window object, you see a couple of key value pair here. Key value pair. So we have alert.
No, sir, it's not us. Like sometimes you've been going off and